Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting episode of This Is My Pet Dragon. Okay, I wanted to say something. This, I want to invite everyone to Cop Block. I'm going to provide you a link. We happen to know Pete and some of the guys over there. They're good fellows. Um, anyway, I was looking at they put up on Facebook. They put up a like our page, and how many, they've had like 4,000 likes or something going on 4 years. Like that's 1,000 likes a year. Although I have a feeling lately they've gotten a whole lot of likes. And I wanted to say something about our town. Our cops don't seem to misbehave. I think it's because they know they would be fired if they did. I've never heard of them doing anything. I've never seen them do anything. Look, we know people in this town that were born and raised here. Okay, they're not our age. I guess they're, what would you say, the nurse and the housekeeper in their 20s? And maybe in their 20s. They've never told us anything about um uh the cops doing wrong. The only time that I ever saw anything that made me want to actually go and do something or whatever, this guy was walking down Route 12, coming from like the convenience store or the post office, whatever. He was coming from that direction. And the new guy, the new cop, I think, we don't know if we have two or if we have three. We know we have two. It's kind of hard to tell in this town.
We have a number on them.
Yeah.
Numbers on them.
Yeah. Now the former police chief, he now owns the pizza restaurant.
Yippee.
And we don't eat there.
Yeah.
The other day we went to the convenience store, and we're sitting in the car, and he has like cop friends that go there, and this one guy gets it. He has a bulletproof vest on. I mean, over his shirt. I'm like, oh, come on now.
Oh, macho dingbat.
Yeah, I'm like, what's the
Freaking point.
Yeah, like somebody's gonna walk into the pizza joint.
And shoot it up.
Yeah, come on now. But so anyway, I was driving out to just about anything around here. You have to go either across or down Route 12, which I don't like, but because we have mass holes coming up here. But I won't get into that. And this guy's walking down the sidewalk, and he's smoking a joint. And to me, it's like, whatever. He's not hurting anybody.
He's in public property. What the hell does it fucking matter?
Yeah. So the new guy, he pulls him over. Now, he doesn't give him a ticket or anything like that. From my understanding, he just told the guy just to not be so obvious about things. I mean, yeah, I'm like, geez, people around here walk down the street with pistols on their side or rifles thrown over their back. So you're going to say something to a guy because he's smoking a joint? I'm like, okay. But, I mean, he didn't arrest him or give him a ticket. He just told him just to not be so obvious about things. So, I think that in our town, if our cops got out of line, they just wouldn't have a job. I mean, the people who work for this town are trying to lower taxes. How many towns do you have the town employees trying to lower taxes? They used to have street lights. Well, we still have street lights, not many, but the town said, well, why don't we do some
money or move on.
Yeah, so they shut some down. I'm like, okay. The people who work for the town actually want to reduce spending. Now, I'm not saying that this town is...
No, we could be better off with that street light back, though. Leave this section of road kind of dark.
I'm not saying that our town is necessarily typical of New Hampshire. It may be. I don't think it is. Well, maybe it is because
Awfully small.
yeah, we are a very small town. And now I lived in a town in
We're not
Texas.
the hospital.
Yeah, I lived in a town in Texas that was this size.
Oh, De Leon.
No, it was Ingram.
I think De Leon was much more of a bump in the road.
No,
Like.
it wasn't close to this size. Like 200 or 300 people, maybe.
What do you think De Leon was?
200 or 300 people at most.
Like the damn town I grew up in, it was 600.
Yeah.
And it barely ever goes above, I think like 610 is the highest it's ever got. There
Where-
must have been a bunch of kids born that year or
Yeah,
something.
where my mother's from in North Carolina, the town's 500 people. When Texas Gulf Sulphur bought up a bunch of the property,
Yeah.
the town went up about 100 people,
Oh, God.
and now it's gone back down to
Oh,
500
here's a bunch
people.
of your printing stuff.
Okay, sweetie.
Well,
So-
I need to get it off of here because
Okay.
it's bent up.
Okay, so anyway, the town I lived in Texas, this was many, many, many years ago, over 30 years ago. We didn't even have a cop. We had like a constable or something. And
Like a
he,
joke.
yeah, he didn't even like being called out. You know, it's like, oh, I have to go out of this. You know, this guy, he has his dogs in the back of his pickup, and they have leashes tied to like the metal thing on the back of the cab. And he hit a car, and the dogs went over the sides. And
Well, I remember one time the accident happened in our front yard, and they tore down the fire hydrant and knocked out the electric pole.
oh,
And the cops didn't get there until like noon the next day.
oh gosh,
Jeez, I mean, what if this been something important, guys?
yeah. So but that guy,
That was Madison County Sheriff, and they were out in Edwardsville, which is only 15 miles away.
And whenever we see the county sheriff, they drive through town. They don't stop here. They
hardly
just-
ever come up with.
Yeah, that's true. They rarely even bother driving through. But when they do come here, they don't come here. They come through here. So this is a definite plus to live in this town because of these things. Once, I don't know what was going on. They actually did have a county sheriff's car over there by the bank, sitting in the bank parking lot. And I was wearing my cop block hoodie, and the guy saw it and starts pointing at me and talking. I looked like he was talking about me, and the town cop looks over to see who I think we both had our cop block hoodies on, and but
Cops like
yeah, the cops like
they don't bother anybody.
no, so but he was over there, and they were there like forever, for like all day, and I went over to the post office by going down the rail trail, and I looked back behind me, and there's the cop's SUV going down the rail trail. So something was going on because they were looking.
Hold that one day and talk about that. I remember
Yeah.
there's a lot of cops in town. There's going down the rail trail. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the hell?
So I mean, I don't know what happened, but something.
We even have homeless people in this town.
What?
I don't think we even have homeless people.
Yeah, if you didn't hear my wife, she said she doesn't even think we have homeless people in this town. This town is a pretty good town.
Yeah, because they could live under the bridge, but
They don't.
I think the cops would run them out. Probably.
So anyway, I just wanted to. I want to invite everybody to like Cop Block. It's a good organization. Now, some interesting things concerning that. My father was a how do you say? They have a name for auxiliary police officer in Upper Darby, Pennsylvania, at one point. And my cousin, one of my cousins, her husband was second in command of his police department.
I've never heard them called that. I think they deputize somebody.
No,
They're not official member of the force. They just deputize somebody.
yeah.
It's just like a
Well, that was how they did it then. I don't know if they still do that though.
informal thing. They deputize you.
Yeah.
That's
And
like back to Andy Griffith today, you know.
yeah, and then
You don't mess with Andy Griffith.
and then I have somebody in the family on one side or the other that either is or was in the FBI, and he specialized in aircraft crashes. So he won't fly. He's still alive, but he won't fly. And he's seen too much. So yeah, so here I am with all these people in my family that have been cops or, you know, something like that, yet I'm not exactly pro-police, you know, so anyway, you know, so I just wanna invite everybody to like Cop Block on Facebook, check out their website. They're like state chapters and stuff like that. So come on, join us. See, this Cop Block is one of those organizations that makes a difference. Okay, there are groups of people out there that just stand around and protest. To me, that
pointless.
Yeah, pointless. But then you have Cop Block that's actually out there doing something good. You know, that's why I like Cop Block, and I like some of the people who are involved with Cop Block, like Pete. But you know, I can go out and stand on the street corner with a sign. Is anybody even going to pay attention to me? But if I'm out there keeping an eye on the cops, and the cops stop somebody and talk to them, and I'm there saying, you know, recording them, you know, then the cop is less likely to actually do something wrong. See what I'm talking about?